Hello, Damon here from NLP Gym. The countdown continues for open enrollment for Transforming Yourself, the online training that I'm doing. Enrollment will be open for another 10 days. It will close not this Saturday, but the next. I think that's June 16th. And I think some people, before they buy a training, or when they're thinking about buying a training, they're wondering how quickly can they get results? How quickly can they be effective with whatever it is that they're learning? And that's a very fair question, because if it's going to take years, that's something you really have to consider, how much practice it's going to take, how long it's going to take. And the truth is we want it yesterday, right? When you get excited about something, you get excited about taking a training, you want it immediately. So the question that I often hear from people is, how quickly can I be effective? How soon can I see results in NLP? Or if it's a specific NLP model, like the self-concept model created by Steve Andreas, how quickly can I put it to work and start seeing results? The answer to that is actually immediately. You can actually start using NLP right away and get instant results. Whenever I was in college and I was first introduced to NLP from one of my professors who was teaching a psychology class, he showed us how to pace and lead. And when I learned how to pace and lead, I was able to use it right away. Actually, I had a different focus at that time. I was using it for dating, and it worked quite well. I can make a connection very quickly, and it really helped a lot in that area. It helped me socially, so I was able to use it effectively right away. Now, I've also seen people go through many NLP trainings and they still don't seem like they can use it effectively. When I was doing my NLP training, I was seeing a lot of the same faces go from the practitioner level trainings to more the advanced trainings. So why were they not getting results? It is partly the teacher's fault, and it's partly the student's fault usually. The teacher has a responsibility to explain the material and the information clearly and do it in a way that is also simple but doesn't sacrifice crucial details. And the teacher should be demonstrating the processes and techniques and not just using somebody who's knows NLP and goes along with whatever the teacher says. Someone who, when the teacher does a demonstration, the teacher should be demonstrating it with a real situation with a person who doesn't know, what's going on, or not that they don't know what's going on, but it's not like acted out and scripted. And then the teacher should be checking in with the student to make sure the student understands that they're learning the technique and that they're actually able to use it. And that's what I've done with this online training. Even though it's an online training, well, first of all, it's about giving you the information in a very clear way without sacrificing those crucial details and simplifying it as much as I possibly can, then providing demonstrations so you can see me actually using the model, and then I get to check in with you. You will be a part of a closed or a private Facebook group where you can ask me questions, you can post comments, and I will follow up on all of the questions. I'm actually currently doing that now because I did a pre-launch, and so we had a beta group, and I'm able to get in there and answer people's questions. And this is the way that I learned the model. I read the book, but I was also being mentored by Steve Andreas at the same time. And this was absolutely crucial to my learning this model and really using it effectively, because there were times that I got stuck and he was there to help me out. So super important that you have a mentor to work with, and that's me. I will be there with you every step of the way to make sure that you're getting it. Now, the student has a responsibility as well. The student's responsibility is, of course, to take in the information and to do the exercises following the instructions like they've been outlined. That's really important. I see students breaking from the instructions on exercises a lot of times, and then they wonder why it's not working. Stick to the instructions. Once you understand why the steps are the way that they are, then you can break from that and experiment and do other things. But always start off doing the exercise step by step the way it's outlined. and then start trying other things. And then the other responsibility of the student is to continue practicing, and that's very important if you want to get better. Now, some people, they learn a few techniques, they get a tremendous edge, and whatever it is, it could be sales, it could be achieving goals, and then that's all they want, and that's fine too. I'm not putting anybody down for just getting what they want out of NLP and then not becoming an NLP practitioner and master and all that. You can just take the parts that you like, and that's enough. So, but you can also make it a lifelong practice, and for me, it is a lifelong practice. This model in particular is a lifelong practice, and you can take just a few parts of this model and use it for tremendous value. You also, when you do the exercises, you don't have to know NLP ahead of time. You can just do the exercises and you will go through transformations. And you might decide to stop there. You might get what you want and then you're fine with that. And then other people, they're going to continue practicing the model and continue using it and continue getting better at it. I've been doing it for 4 years. I still keep in touch with Steve often, and if I have any problems still, he's there to help me out. And it makes me think about when I was in high school, and about the time that I was in high school, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu had just come on to the mainstream. And I saw this and I was fascinated by it because I was a martial artist, but I wasn't a grappler. And I learned like 3 techniques, 3 submissions. And I went to my friends and wrestled them and beat everybody. Now the reason for that is because they had never seen this before. So I had a tremendous edge. And I was far from a good grappler. But I just knew a few very effective techniques from a very effective technology, because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is constantly being tested, constantly being developed and cultivated, so the techniques are really, really good. Now, I didn't have to become a master to learn those techniques and be effective immediately, but I was far from knowing the technology. There was a lot more to learn that I never really learned, that I never got formal training for. NLP is the same way. You can take just a few techniques and, like I said, get a tremendous edge. Or you can take it even further than that and become a true master. The self-concept model, Transforming Yourself, this online training, is exactly that. You can get just a few little nuggets, or you can go really deep and really master your life with it. That's all for now. If you have any questions, feel free to put questions or comments right here. I will post the link in the description if you want more information about this training. Remember, there's about 10 more days left for you to get this training. And like I said, I hope to have you as a student and answer your questions and take this transformation journey with you. Take care.